I didn't mean to end up here, but some roads don't take you back. It started with a detour. I had been driving for hours, the kind of drive where time slips like fog through your fingers. It was supposed to be a weekend away, just me, the open road, and silence. I'd had enough of the noise, enough of people. I wanted isolation, but I didn't plan on getting lost. My GPS blinked out sometime after sundown, just froze on a single road, the signal dead. I thought it was nothing. I mean, how many horror stories start like this? Lost in the woods, right? Cliché. Only this wasn't the woods. This was emptiness. No signs, no lights, just trees that looked less like trees and more like bones sprouting from the ground, white and splintered under the moonlight. I didn't panic. Not yet. I kept driving, until I saw the sign. It was nailed to a tree, barely legible through the mist. The paint was cracked, but I could just make it out. No outlet. That should have been enough. A dead-end road in the middle of nowhere? That should have been my cue to turn around. But something about it drew me in. The road narrowed after that. The asphalt cracked. My phone finally died, and the headlights started flickering. That's when I saw it. A house. Old. Victorian, like something out of a faded photograph. Tall spires, angled windows, a porch that sagged in the middle. It stood alone on a cliff, jutting out over what looked like an endless black void. The road led straight to it and ended there. I didn't see any other option. The porch light was on. I pulled up, tires crunching on gravel. My car sputtered as I turned it off, as if reluctant to rest in this place. I stepped out. The air was cold. Not natural cold. This was deep, stale, like breathing inside a tomb, and quiet. No wind, no crickets, no sound except the soft hum of that single yellow light above the door. I climbed the steps. Before I could knock, the door opened. No one was there. The hallway stretched into darkness, smelled like dust, mold, and something sweet, too sweet, like fruit left out too long. I stood there, on the threshold, 1 foot in the normal world, 1 foot in whatever this was. I should have turned back, gotten in the car, driven until daylight, but then the wind picked up behind me, just one gust, sharp, cold, almost whispering, and the door creaked wider. I stepped inside. The floor groaned beneath my boots. The house didn't just look old, it felt ancient, like it had grown here, rather than been built. The wallpaper curled at the edges, pale green with faded floral patterns. A staircase rose to the left, each step wrapped in shadow. The chandelier above was full of cobwebs, and the air carried the weight of things left unsaid. But the strangest thing, it felt familiar. I paused. Why would it feel familiar? I had never been here before. I was sure of it, wasn't I? I called out. Hello? No answer, but something moved upstairs. A shift of weight, the creak of floorboards, definite, slow. I should have left then. Instead, I started climbing. The staircase protested with every step, as if the house didn't want me to go up, but also needed me to, like it was holding its breath. Halfway up, I turned to look back down. The front door was gone, vanished, replaced by a blank wall. I reached the top of the stairs, heart pounding. The hallway stretched in both directions. Doors lined the walls, some closed, some cracked open, but there was one at the very end, wide open, as if waiting for me. Light spilled from it. Not warm light, not inviting, sterile, like a hospital room. I walked toward it, slowly, feet dragging. Every step I took, I heard whispers, too low to understand, but constant, like the house was talking to it. I reached the doorway. The room was small. A bed, a dresser, a mirror, a body lying under the covers. I stepped in. The walls pulsed with movement, like veins beneath the wallpaper. The light flickered, and I heard the soft rhythmic sound of breathing. I approached the bed and froze. The person lying there was me, not someone who looked like me. Me, pale, still, eyes open, staring at the ceiling, dead. I stumbled back, hit the dresser. The mirror above it wobbled, then cracked, just slightly, right across the center. In the mirror, I saw my own reflection. It was smiling. I wasn't. Suddenly, the lights shut off. Total darkness. Then a flicker, and the room was different. No dust, no mold, fresh wallpaper, clean linens, a vase of red flowers on the nightstand. The body was gone, and now I was alone. I turned toward the door, only now it wasn't there. The room had no exit. The whispers returned, louder now. Then they stopped, and a voice, clear, cold, familiar, spoke behind me. You came back. You always come back. I turned. The mirror was glowing. My reflection leaned forward, still smiling. Why are you afraid? It whispered. You've always lived here. No, I said. I haven't. But the mirror showed otherwise. It changed. Scene after scene flickered across its surface. Me, as a child, playing in this room. Me, as a teenager, sitting on the bed. Me as an adult, standing in this exact spot. Every version of me, in this house. I ran, or tried to. The walls shifted as I moved. The room expanded, twisted. Doors appeared, then vanished. Stairs led nowhere. Windows opened to black voids. Eventually, I found another door. I opened it and walked into a dining room. Candles flickered on a long oak table, plates set, silverware polished, and at the far end sat me, dressed in black, face pale, eyes too wide. He smiled. "Hungry?" he asked. I said nothing. He stood. "You always forget," he said, "but we don't blame you. Forgetting is part of the return." "I don't understand," I muttered. "You will. Eventually. The house helps. It always helps." He pointed to a chair. I sat, even though I didn't want to, even though every part of me screamed to run. I sat. He raised a glass of dark red liquid. "To remembering," he said. "I didn't drink." He sighed. "The others didn't either. Not at first." I frowned. "Others?" He nodded, and the lights dimmed. From the shadows, figures emerged, silent. Dozens of them, all of them, sat. Me. Versions of me. Some older, some younger, some deformed, some dressed like they belonged in different centuries. They surrounded the table, watching. I stood, backed away. I don't belong here. My other self smiled wider. "You always say that." I turned and ran, through corridors that didn't exist moments before, my heart pounding, the air thick like syrup, the ceiling breathing above me. Every door I opened led to another version of the house. A burned kitchen with a body hanging from the oven. A child's room filled with dolls, all with my face. A bathroom where blood poured from the faucet into a sink full of teeth. I screamed. No one heard. Eventually, I found the front door again. Only it wasn't the front door. It was a mirror, and my reflection wasn't moving. Behind me, I heard a voice whisper, "There's no way out but in." I turned. The house was collapsing inward, or maybe it was growing. I couldn't tell. The hallways looped in on themselves. The walls bled symbols. The floor cracked, revealing a drop into blackness. I ran for the stairs. They crumbled beneath me, but I leapt, fell, landed hard on the wooden floor. And then, silence. I looked up. The house was gone. So was the sky. I stood alone, on the edge of a cliff. The same cliff I saw when I arrived. The house loomed behind me, larger than before, towering into the clouds. Only now, there was a light in the top window, and a figure watching me. Me. Another version. Still trapped, still waiting. I started walking, back toward the house, because I knew the truth now. This wasn't a detour. This was where I was meant to be. The house was waiting for me. I didn't knock this time. I didn't need to. The door swung open as I approached, just like before. But now I remembered. This house wasn't just a place. It was a trap, a memory, a cycle, mine. I stepped inside. The air felt thicker now, like breathing through cloth. The rooms had changed, more decayed, more alive. The walls pulsed. The floor shifted beneath my feet like muscle and bone. The house wasn't just watching me. It was learning. From me. I found the dining room again. But this time, all the chairs were empty, except one. At the head of the table sat a child, a boy. He looked up at me, and I saw my own eyes staring back. "You left me here," he whispered. "I didn't know," I said. "You always know. You always forget. Then you remember. Then you leave me." I reached for him, but my hand passed through. He was fading. Or maybe I was. I ran. Again. But there was nowhere left to run. Every door now led to the same place, a mirror, and each reflection was different. One smiled, one wept, one bled, one stared blankly, rotting from the inside out. I screamed at them, but they only mimicked me, until one of them didn't. It raised a hand, pointed behind me. I turned and saw the real door. It wasn't there before, just a dark wooden frame standing in the middle of a blank, breathing wall. I opened it. Inside I saw my life, my real life, my apartment, my phone, my job. Boring, mundane, safe. I reached for it, and the house whispered, "You can leave, but something must stay." I felt a presence behind me, all the versions of me watching, waiting. The child, the old man, the smiling corpse. One of us had to remain. I stepped through. The door slammed behind me, and I haven't been the same since. I wake up in my bed, but the ceiling looks wrong. I hear creaking above me, but I live alone. And at night, when I look in the mirror, I don't always see myself. Sometimes I see the house. Sometimes I see you.
Subscribe to Horror Stories